Excuse me, folks. Sure looks like you like those Taco Bell tacos. Yep. But did you know that those 49-cent tacos are guaranteed? That means if you don't love them, you get your money back. Did you know that? Hey, pay attention here. 49-cent original tacos. You'll love them or your money back. Guaranteed. Did you hear what I said?
Hey, can't you see we're eating?
Taco Bell, that's your order. Guaranteed. Make a run for the border.
Conn's semi-annual clearance sale. The lowest prices of the year on thousands of in-season suits, sport coats, and more. The clearance sale's on now at Conn's.
Next time on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Counselor Troy will have her baby in about 36 hours.
News of an alien pregnancy alarms the crew.
Something which I can only describe as a presence entered my body.
Could this mysterious entity pose a deadly threat?
Destroy it now.
Diana Muldaur, Whoopi Goldberg join the crew of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Saturday night after the Bucks.
Sunday on America's Most Wanted, Robert Hugh, reputed leader of the Ghost Shadows, a violent New York gang that terrorized Chinatown shopkeepers. Police believe he lured teenagers into a gun-obsessed life of crime that too often ended in death. Wanted on a racketeering charge linked to 13 murders, Hugh has been seen in Georgia and Florida and may have 2 rose tattoos on his chest. Get more clues on the original weekly Crime Watch series, America's Most Wanted, Sunday.
Why, it's Frascona Buick's Lone Ranger.
C. Frascona first, or C. Frascona last, but C. Frascona.
Who is that masked man?
Tonight on Tony Frascona's Ask the Bucks, Catherine King of Racine has a question well suited for Bucks point guard Jay Humphries. Catherine asks, when you fake a pass, how do teammates know if you're faking a pass or making a pass?
Well, it's really 2 things. It's getting to know your players and knowing where the defensive man is. If a man comes out to the wing and I'm trying to make a pass to the wing, but he's defended, I can fake the pass and he knows that he's supposed to go back door. And the second thing is just getting to know your players, playing time, being on the court with them, practicing with them. All those things make a difference.
How much do you talk with your eyes?
Oh, eye contact is a big thing, and that comes with playing with the players, practicing with the players. Eye contact, that's what makes a lot of the good players the players that they are. And Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, they pass the ball so well because each player can read their eyes and know what they're doing.
For using Catherine King's question tonight, she will receive 2 tickets to an upcoming Bucks home game, courtesy of Tony Frascona, Wauwatosa, and East Troy. See the Lone Ranger today. Stop by your Frascona dealership, fill out an Ask the Bucks form. They have them, or just send your question to Ask the Bucks at that address. We'll be back and look at the first half statistics with Johnny Mack. There's the address again. Fox 24, 5445 North 27th, Milwaukee. 53209 the zip. We'll return to Portland. The Bucks lead 56-47. You're on the Bucks Basketball Network.
When we played for Oakland, we did not appreciate losing.
Our motto was, just win, baby.
Yeah, but now we just like to play a quiet game of pool and drink a few cold Miller Lights. Lights brewed from the ground up, so it tastes great.
Not like some watered-down version of a regular beer.
Your turn, Otis.
Hey, you cheated.
So,
nice shot.
When it's Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Memories. Nothing evokes them like the house they grew up in. The first stairway he climbed, the first railing they peeked through, the first banister she floated down. All part of the reason the Allstate Home Replacement Cost Guarantee exists. To help rebuild your home, whatever the cost, right down to the spot where Dad hung his hat. The Allstate Home Replacement Cost Guarantee. Another reason.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
The spirits are willing. If your flesh is weak, to shake you.
Why can't you leave my poor son, my Norman, alone?
Shock you. Shatter your dreams. Nightmares come true. On Weak Flash Week, beginning next week Tuesday with Salem's Lot.
controlling the boards. That's what you have to do to stop this team.
That's a great play.
Lambert, sensational play. Four-court Isaiah. Bounce pass to Sally. He threw an alley-oop off a bounce pass.
Rebounds off the mini field. There goes Mullen. The pass is long. Great wraparound bounce pass. Score.
Jackson with the ball.
NBA action. It's fantastic. Well, the Bucks lead the Blazers 56-47 at halftime. 47 points, the lowest half at home for Portland this year. That tells you the Bucks have played some defense, but also they have shot the ball well.
That's right. You sure about all that?
Yes, I am.
You are.
51% to 38%.
And that's really, when you look at the stats and you compare everything down the line, that's the difference in the ball game. The Bucks have shot the ball well from the field, and you've seen Portland struggle a bit. And I think it's a combination of things. I think we've seen both teams actually play good defense, even though the Bucks have shot 51%. But the Bucks have done a good job in that area, and Portland has missed a number of shots that perhaps on some other nights they might stick.
Well, another statistic that you don't see there, layups are even, 10 apiece. Outside 16 feet, though, the Bucks, John, have hit 7 of 11, and Portland 3 of 15, so that tells you something as well.
And look at the turnovers, and the Bucks turned those 12 turnovers into a number of baskets.
All right, we'll return with period number 3. The Bucks are up by 9 on the Bucks Basketball Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you locally in part by Cons, the official clothier of the Bucks announcers. By Wisconsin Bell. Make contact. Before you waste a trip, confirm your appointment on a public phone from Wisconsin Bell. By Ameritech Pages Plus, your original Wisconsin Bell Yellow Pages. And by Allstate. Leave it to the good hands people to insure your home, your car, your business, or your family.
I'm known for my gentle and charming disposition. So when Ernie here ran out of Miller Lite, I didn't get mad. Nah, we calmly discussed the situation. I told Ernie I'd drink light because it's brewed from the ground up so it tastes great. Not like some watered-down version of a regular beer. We reached an understanding, and he quickly rectified the situation. Mom always said I had a way with people.
When it's Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
You see the beauty beneath the years of neglect. Now trust True Test Enriched Finishes from True Value Hardware to bring out all the warmth and richness of prepared wood surfaces. Enriched stains come in 12 shades to enhance bare wood's natural beauty. Then add the protection of Enriched Varnish in a choice of 3 finishes to seal and preserve furniture, woodwork, and floors. Get professional results with the lineup of True Test Enriched products from participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Dirty football. Friday night at 8. I'll give you a game. A convicted ex-football star coaches prison inmates in a brutal bone crusher against their guards.
Before this game is over, I want every prisoner in this institution to know what I mean by power.
A power play for the dignity of it. Burt Reynolds, Eddie Albert, and Ed Lauder star in The Longest Yard. Friday night at 8 on Fox 24.
The Bucks have played a very fine first half. They withstood an 11-0 run put up by Portland. That cut the Bucks' 13-point lead in the half down to 2, but they have worked it back to 9. Individual scoring in the half, Duckworth and Vandeweghe have 11 for Portland. Kersey with 10, and for Milwaukee, Ricky Pierce off the bench with 12 points. Jack Sikma with 9. Terry Cummings, Larry Krystowiak, and Jay Humphreys all with 8 points, which reminds us that at the conclusion of tonight's game, Miller Lite and Fox 24 will select the player of the game. That's the Miller Lite Fox 24 Bucks player of the game. One of these nights we'll have to give the player of the game to the coaching staff for the job they've done this year.
We can't call it the player of the game then. We have to call it
we could take
star of the game.
A liberty or two once in a while.
I think it should be you once in a while.
No, I doubt that.
Well, I believe in charity, you know.
Well, the Bucks were not charitable in the first half defensively. Repeating again, they have held Portland to 47 points. That is Portland's lowest total for a half here at the Coliseum this season.
And our stat man come out. Bill the Hawk King is out here with us in the Northwest. Be careful where you go up here in the Northwest, Bill. They may bag you.
That's because we're going to Los Angeles. That's why he's with us. He likes that warm weather. Here's Drexler on a drive and a foul.
Well, it didn't take long.
It's on Humphreys. It's 2 on Jay and 1 on the team now. And Drexler works the front of the iron for a soft touch free throw. He's an 80% free throw shooter.
Well, he's a shooter and a scorer. Now explain that, right? Not all great shooters are outstanding scorers. They can stick the ball in the shot, but or when they have the open shot, but that doesn't always mean that they can score from a lot of different angles. Look at Krzysztofiak inside.
Good post up that time. Not a bad effort defensively by Portland on the first attempt, and then the foul was committed.
As you look at Larry again, one of the areas that he's continued to improve on throughout this season and over last season is, and even earlier in the season, he would get inside like this and either miss the shot or oftentimes perhaps get it blocked or shoot it quickly or higher so it wouldn't be blocked and miss it. Now what he's doing, Jim, he's doing a much better job of drawing the foul, of getting his arms up under people rather than getting away from the contact or releasing the shot so that it's not blocked. But his percentage will certainly drop in that scenario. He's drawing the foul.
The foul on Kersey, his second. (57-49) now, the Bucks lead. Duckworth picked up by Sikma. Tries to push him in toward the basket. Bryant is there for the rebound and loses it. But Drexler comes back. Here are the Bucks. That was Pressey starting to play. Humphreys will finish.
Boy, they just kept having one more man step up to the next offensive player with the ball, and then finally Pressey's the guy that deflected it out of there for the break.
Boy, they've done a great job defensively. Porter. That's his first 2 points, John. Terry Porter held off the board until we had 1 minute gone in the third period.
Well, you look at Porter and you look at Drexler at halftime, and that is a real story of the ball game.
Sure is. Drexler has 8. Check that. Drexler with 6, Porter with 2, 8 between them.
And if you can contain them, you're containing very fine offensive weapons.
Bryant got the rebound and missed. Here come the Bucks. And coming into the game, Drexler and Porter combined to average 45 points. And a bunch of steals. That time Drexler took it away from the Bucks. Here's Bryant for 2.
Well, see, I think if you look at it from the other side and you're Portland, you say, okay, we didn't shoot the ball well at all. The Bucks did. Our 2 starting high-scoring guards are not scoring that much, and yet it's 53-61. Hey, we're not in bad shape if they start rolling and we start shooting better.
Krzysztofiak missing. Here's Drexler. He'll push it all the way. And pass. Kersey.
Wow. That was a statement.
That was an exclamation point. Skip pass over to Krzysztofiak. Nothing but bottom for Larry, and it's 63-55. The Bucks back up by 8. Bryant again off the back of the iron, and Pressey is there.
Now you'd like to see Bryant take more shots if you're the Bucks.
Humphreys with Duckworth running at him.
Boy, the Bucks have countered. Each time they start to close it, the Bucks have answered, and that's important.
It's a 10-point game now. Del Harris says hands. He wants hands up on defense. There's the double. Krzysztofiak and Sikma working against Duckworth, and Jack draws the foul. That's his first.
Got to double down in the reaching call.
Pearson for Humphreys. Drexler baseline. There's the 2-man game. Duckworth posting. Count the basket, and a foul. Sikma again.
Well, let's see. Well, there was certainly contact, but we see a lot of that on every play, and a lot of it that's not called. The Duck very strong, Very tough to deny.
Duckworth now with 14 at 65-58. Sikma sets a pick on Porter, gets it back and goes to Cummings, posting Drexler. Kersey bodied by Pierce. The fans here wanted a foul. Cummings has it. The Bucks come right back and Pierce scores.
Boy, some good pressure defense forces that turnover. Kersey tried to dribble through it.
Drexler says, I'm going to put a stop to this and hit a jump shot. But he still only has 8 points. Drexler came in averaging 28.
And he's the kind of guy, though, who could get 20 on you in a quarter.
Oh, sure.
So you've got to concentrate on it.
Nice play to Cummings. Had to find some room and backed away from the hoop and missed. Here is Presley. Terry tips it twice.
Oh.
Bryant rebound. Looks up court to Drexler. And they go to Kersey on a spin move. Rejected by Sikma.
And Bryant with a bit of a shot.
Bryant committing the foul.
Boy, and Bryant and Duckworth, they've got some power. Watch the play by Sikma. Get out of here. And Bryant turns Pressey into a missile. Launched him.
Mike Schuler's record with Portland, 122-79. He has won 61% of his games. The Bucks lead by 7. Just under 7.5 minutes to go, and Milwaukee turns it over on the missed connection. 10 turnovers for the Bucks.
Duckworth switched out and stepped out and blocked Pierce to the basket. That was a good defensive play by Duckworth.
Kersey. A well-run play by Portland.
Gotta like the way Kersey plays. Wow.
I get the feeling you like him a lot.
I do. I respect what he's done. He's really worked at his game, and I'll tell you, he's an explosive player.
Cummings was looking for a pick and got picked by his own man, Pierce. They go now to Krzysztofiak. And a foul against Portland. It's on Bryant. Timeout, Portland with 6:57 to go in the third period. As you watch Krzysztofiak being bodied by Mark Bryant. The Bucks lead by 5. We'll return on the Bucks Basketball Network.
And now Lakeland has 3 stores, Greenbush, Madison, and now Green Bay. And we're having a grand opening sale so large, we're holding it in all 3 stores. At Lakeland, we manufacture our own truck kits, sell them direct to you. This guarantees you the highest quality at the lowest price. And now, during our grand opening sale, you will even pay less. We have bed mats for only $39 and Pendoliner bed liners for only $169. And it includes a tailgate. Lakeland's grand opening sale now through January 31st at all 3 stores.
This Milwaukee Bucks magic moment is brought to you by Hardee's. Oscar Robertson, the Big O, was the first Buck to have his number retired. In his career, Oscar had more points, assists, free throws, and played in more games than any guard in NBA history.
At Hardee's, we use 100% pure American beef because we never forget you can always go someplace else.
To your Jeep Eagle dealers, we're celebrating our first record-breaking birthday as members of the Chrysler family. Celebrating with cash back on Eagle Premier, big savings on Jeep Cherokee, and this special introductory offer on new Eagle Summit. Big bash, big savings. It's a record-breaking year, so a great deal is a piece of cake.
See your Wisconsin Jeep Eagle dealers, where you can expect the best.
The next home games for the Bucks, January 31st against Sacramento at 7:30. And on the 7th of February, Cleveland will be at the Bradley Center. Tickets for Milwaukee Bucks home games are on sale daily at the Bradley Center box office, 4th and Highland Streets in Milwaukee, and at all Ticketron outlets. And you can call the phone number at Teletron and also get tickets for Bucks home games. 67-62, the Bucks have the lead with Krzysztofiak at the free throw line. Milwaukee has hit 6 of 11 shots to this point in the third quarter. I should say Portland, the Bucks right behind, 5 of 11. Milwaukee has out-rebounded Portland in the quarter, 7-5. Larry hits 2. The Bucks are back up by 7, 69-62. Krzysztofiak now with 13 points, already above his average of 11. Kersey intended for Duckworth. Cummings trying to wrestle Duckworth for it, and it will be out of bounds. They'll reset the shot clock to 5. Make it 6. 7 seconds. Okay.
Well, some good inside hands by the Bucks defensively there as we see the penetration and then the interior passing.
Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the Bucks Basketball Network. This is Fox 24 in Milwaukee. Back to live action, inbounded for Vandeweghe, and Sikma has the rebound. Hugh Evans got that shot clock down where he wanted it. 7 seconds. Here's Cummings. Terry with a rhythm jumper.
Well, that's a tough matchup for Vandeweghe to guard Terry Cummings, and the Bucks have to go at that if they stay in that matchup.
Terry has 12 points. 2-man game. Drexler back out to Vandeweghe, 3. That's his second three-point basket.
Well, they set that up, too, with the 2-man game. Dump it down in, then kick it back out as the Bucks double down with Vandeweghe's man.
Pierce back up with Sikma. He has 2 3-pointers tonight. In for Larry Krzysztofiak. Duckworth goes up for the rebound. Fred Roberts will come into the game in a moment along with Jay Humphries for the Bucks. Duckworth underneath. He overlaid it. Gets it back as he clobbers Sikma in the process. Time now for the Wisconsin Bell phone power scoreboard. We have another final. Denver, a 129-108 victory tonight at Miami. Alex English had 34 points. Make contact. Your next sales call is as near as a public phone from Wisconsin Bell.
Well, Porter around the double screen there. Jay has to chase him. Good pick set up high, and Porter runs so close to it that it forced Jay to chase, and therefore the good jumper by Terry Porter.
Porter with just 4 points, all in the third period. Krzysztofiak answers, and it remains a 6-point Bucks lead. 5:15 to go in the period. Kersey baseline.
Oh, come on! Oh, no, that's a bad call.
Jack can't believe it.
No, I can't either. You can see from behind. Now watch. Ball will come back. Now maybe you can't see it from here. See that hand? That's Drexler's.
Here's Vandeweghe. Roberts with a rebound. Roberts and Humphries in the game now for the Bucks with Pressey, Krzysztofiak, and Sikma. Jay, yes, sir.
Boy, just let everyone go by.
The Bucks back up by 8.
Ebb and flow, ebb and flow. Or flow and ebb, depending on which end you're at. But
so far, the ebbs and flows have been for the Bucks. No. It was up on top. That's no basket. Basket interference. Oh, that one was on its way down. Watch Duckworth take 2 points away from his team. That's an error of commission, and I mean commission. First curled out to get the pass. Hits over Drexler. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Bucks lead by 10 again. Underneath, Vandeweghe fouled by Roberts.
Well, see, that's what Vandeweghe does to you. He's standing there, and he's kind of just loping along. The next thing you know, boom, explodes right in front of you, between you and the basket. And that's what happened to Fred as he gets the push from behind.
2 shots for Vandeweghe.
Blazers, 3 team fouls at this point.
Steve Johnson will come into the Portland lineup now. Kevin Duckworth goes to the bench. Vandeweghe leads Portland with 15 points. Kersey and Duckworth have 14 apiece. Sikma pulls down the miss. Pierce has 16, Krzysztofiak 15, Humphreys 14. Terry Cummings has a dozen. Sikma sets a pick for Humphreys. They swing it. Jack gets it on the baseline, picked up by Kersey. Here's Pierce, a three, yes.
Ooh, what a great play. I mean, a lot of action on that play, and it ends up with kicking it in and then back out.
Another $50 for the MAC Fund, courtesy of Carex Muffler. Great shots on the three as Drexler drives for two. And the Bucks continue to lead by 10. Remember their biggest lead in the first half, 13 points. Offensive foul called by Ronnie Nunn.
What's happening is it's on Ricky Pierce. And as Pierce goes under the baseline around the double screen, Clyde knows it's coming. So that's Drexler. So he tries to get in front of him, and they have contact, push one another off, and they went on Ricky for the push-off.
Vandeweghe for three. Ricky Pierce pulls down the rebound. Well, you get the feeling, it's obvious too, that this one is going to go down to the wire tonight here at the Memorial Coliseum. Sikma gets it back off the pick. In for Krzysztofiak. He bodies and scores off Kersey.
Good job. Went to the left hand that time, and the good body positioning.
Porter underneath. Steve Johnson all alone. Somebody missed an assignment defensively. Jack's upset. He said it was my fault. He got caught up a little high, and Johnson snuck in behind him on the baseline. Pierce drives. Boy, he beat everybody, didn't he? They just...
Well, he's going right at Drexler because that's the matchup.
Yeah, but everybody collapsed around him. Here's Kersey as the Bucks come in defensively, and we have a foul. It's on Jack Sikma. That's his third. And we have a timeout now charged to the Bucks with 2:19 to go in the third quarter. Milwaukee leads by 12, 84-72 on the Bucks Basketball Network.
I'm known for my gentle and charming disposition. So when Ernie here ran out of Miller Lite, I didn't get mad. Nah, we calmly discussed the situation. I told Ernie I'd drink light because it's brewed from the ground up so it tastes great. Not like some watered-down version of a regular beer. We reached an understanding, and he quickly rectified the situation. Mom always said I had a way with people.
When it's Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
Century travels all over to pick the finest fruits and vegetables grown, but no matter what time it is there, they have no more than 3 hours to pick them and get them in Century brand cans. So everything tastes like it came from your own garden. That's why Century puts their own name on them. If you haven't picked Century brand, it's about time. Century brand means good food costs less at Century.
What's different about the money game?
Every week, there's a chance to win 50,000 clowns.
How's it played?
Scratch and match 3 of a kind to win up to $5,000 instantly.
But match 3 TVs and come to the Money Game TV show.
Where finalists will have a chance at 50 G's every week.
Jeez.
The Money Game. Instant prizes.
TV surprises.
And a chance at $50,000 every week.
The Money Game. New from the Wisconsin Lottery.
Bucks lead by 12, 2:19 to go in the third. You can win a 19-inch color television set just by watching Bucks basketball. All you have to do is correctly select the Bucks player you think will score the first points in the fourth quarter of a TV game. That's the Miller Lite Fox 24 fourth quarter shootout. Just send us a postcard to this address. Include the player you think will score, your name, address, daytime phone number, and your jacket size. If your card is selected, you'll automatically win a Starter Bucks warm-up jacket. That's the Miller Lite Fox 24 fourth quarter shootout. Kersey will shoot 2 after the foul by Sikma. Jack has 3 personals. Terry Krzysztofiak and Ricky Pierce have each scored 9 points in the third quarter for the Bucks. Kersey hits 2, and it's back to 10 at 84-74.
Now Portland has 1 foul to give before the Bucks will be shooting with 2:14 to play.
Roberts looks down low and then goes to Humphries. Picked up by Seasting. Humphries from the corner. Shot was altered by Kersey, but the Bucks get it back. And a fresh 24. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third. Humphries, a rhythm jump shot, and he hits it.
Beauty. He used the screen by Mokeski well. And Mo does a good job of nailing the defender, defending Humphries.
That ball out of bounds. Humphries got a piece of it as Drexler tried to drive to the basket. Drexler lost control. 15 on the shot clock. Drexler blocked by Mokeski. Here come the Bucks. Humphries has it. He has Pierce and Roberts trailing and will take it in himself.
Wow, that is just quickness. Good defense. Again, the Bucks forcing turnovers and capitalizing on them.
You know, John, a story that has not been told too often. Humphries and his wife Carla are expecting their second child any minute now, and Humphries is playing with that kind of a mental burden here. I'm sure that's not easy for him. Carla is in Denver awaiting the birth of the child. It's a day-to-day, minute-to-minute thing. Out of bounds off Kersey. The Bucks will get it back. They can build on their 14-point lead, the biggest of the game now at 88-74. Just over a minute to play in the third.
Well, the Bucks have done a good job of answering each time the Trailblazers have closed the gap, and they've tightened up the defense and capitalized on that tough D.
Roberts drives and draws a foul. Vandeweghe commits the personal.
Now watch. Roberts sets up Vandeweghe, fakes the shot, puts it on the floor, goes to the hoop quickly. Vandeweghe, not a good defensive player, taken advantage of on that one by the fake and explosion to the basket.
Vandeweghe has 2. Portland with 4 in the period.
2 shots for Fred Roberts.
The Bucks guards, John, have hit all 9 of their field goal attempts in the quarter. Humphries and Pierce.
They have not all been easy shots, and even if they were, you might not expect that.
Bucks lead by 15. Oh, they've done a good job defensively tonight, too. That goes for the players off the bench. Here's Vandeweghe in and out. Cummings tips. Loose ball foul, says George Tolliver. It's on Mokeski. That's 4 on Paul.
It's just not right.
Well, the Blazers have had a tendency over the last couple of years. They have beaten the weaker teams in the league, and they have had trouble with the tough teams, and that's continuing this season.
That happens to a lot of clubs, of course, and I think they've also over the years, Jim, not been a great road team. And if everybody has trouble on the road to a certain degree, but they've had more than their share, I think.
Well, that may have sounded like an obvious statement, but when you think about it, you have to beat the good teams to be considered a good team in this league, and everybody can.
Well, that's
Portland
true.
As a contender this year, which they will not be. There's a foul on Kersey as he runs at Mokeski.
It's just that most of the teams aren't going to beat the top 5 that consistently. That's why they're the top 5. But what you're saying is they've got to beat some of them, and they've had more problems than the Pack has at doing that.
What I'm saying is they're judged to be in the elite group in the league, and they have the talent to be there. But they don't beat those top 5 teams with regularity.
No, well, they've certainly had more problems with their talent this year. With the type of talent they have, they've had more problems winning with it than one would expect, of course. And they've not only had a lot of trouble with the good teams, they've lost to some of the weaker teams.
Well, what we're talking about is teams with winning records versus teams with losing records. So, you're not talking about the elite necessarily.
Kersey glides. He's watched Drexler do his glide move, and Kersey does it well also.
That makes it 91-77.
13 seconds in the quarter.
Bucks' biggest lead up to 16 points. They achieved that a moment ago, and Roberts off the front. Seasting, 3 seconds. Kersey, 2, 1, no. That's the end of the third period in Portland. The Bucks have a 14-point lead on the Blazers, 91-77. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes on the Bucks Basketball Network.
At any of our 569 Bank One locations across the Midwest, you'll find people who care, like Christy Mongolier.
At Bank One, we try to do it from the customer's viewpoint. Is it easy to understand? Have we clearly expressed the risks of any? Have we made it as easy as possible to fill out the forms, or do we handle it over the phone? I think that's what we mean when we talk about our commitment to quality and caring about our customers.
We're 18,000 people who care.
Conn's semi-annual clearance sale. The lowest prices of the year on thousands of in-season suits, sport coats, and more. The clearance sale's on now at Conn's.
Come on, guys, be quiet, be quiet. People are all talking about the guest on my next show, and who can blame them? We've got a great night planned. Now listen to this. We've got Ollie McGraw, star of TV and film. She's doing it all. And then there's Ted Shackelford. Maybe he'll give us the inside story on Knots Landing. Then to top it all off, we've got Night Court super funny lady, Marsha Warfield. It's going to be a great time. They can't help themselves. Why don't you find out what all the talk's about on the next Arsenio Hall show?
Tonight on Fox 24.
The Bucks take a 14-point lead into the fourth quarter, and it's time for the Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout. Tonight, our contestant is Jerry Bronsdorf of Milwaukee. Jerry thinks Terry Cummings will score the Bucks' first point in the quarter, and if Jerry is correct, he will win a 19-inch color television set with remote control, courtesy of Miller Lite and Fox 24. That's the address. Send us a postcard. Jerry Bronsdorf will receive a Bucks starter warm-up jacket just for sending in his card. And let's see if we can get Jerry a television set. We gave one away in Denver.
We've given a few away this year.
We sure have.
Hang in there, Jerry.
We'll give you a couple of college scores tonight that might surprise you a little bit if you haven't heard them.
Adrian Branch in the game for Portland.
Roberts, 2. Well, Jerry Bronsdorf, it's over early, but you still win the Bucks warm-up jacket. Thanks for taking part in the Miller Lite Fox 24 fourth quarter shootout. The Bucks lead back to 16. Underneath, oh, they're crashing the boards. Branch is fouled. No basket by Vandaway. The foul against Ricky Pierce.
Adrian Branch is out of Maryland. Couple of years in the NBA, not much playing time here, and the fans responding to his effort inside.
How long do you think Illinois will be ranked number 1 in college basketball?
No more.
Minnesota upsetting Illinois 69-62. Willie Burton had 20 points and 13 rebounds. 15th ranked North Carolina State upset 8th ranked Duke 88-73. And number 12 Iowa beating Wisconsin 78-70. Randy Brewer will be eager to hear that Minnesota score. The Gophers beating the Illini. Here's Cummings as the Bucks try to beat Portland. And they lead now 95-78.
Now we got to listen to Brew for a couple of days, huh?
Yeah, a couple of minutes anyway. Mokeski as the Bucks force yet another turnover. 18 TOs for Portland. The Bucks have committed 11. The Bucks have scored 28 points off the 18 Portland turnovers. Let's see if they can make it 30. Not this time. In fact, they turn it back over to the Blazers. Branch from Porter.
He can get down the floor like a number of his teammates. And that's what the Blazers need. They need some better D and forced turnovers and quick baskets. They have plenty of time. But in this quarter, obviously, it just started.
Vandaway struggling to guard Cummings, and Terry hits another jumper over it.
Bucks go at him, and when he's in the ball game, any good offensive player has got to go at Vandaway.
Biggest lead now, 17 points.
Good D turnover with the hands. Vandaway with the foul.
Vandaway reaches and fouls Humphries.
See, Vandaway's best bet is he's got to outscore whoever he's playing by a number of points. Here he just grabs Jay as Jay crosses over.
Vandaway, of course, coming off the bench for Portland. In a perfect world, he's not really a bench player, is he? Not a bad one, I'm not saying that, but
right.
99 out of 100 teams, he starts. Cummings again over Vandaway. That's 3 in a row for Terry. He's up to 18 points. And Mike Schuler has seen enough at the moment as the Bucks build their lead to 19 with 9:52 to go. Timeout Portland on the Bucks Basketball Network.
You know what smooth is?
You gotta stop and taste the high life.
Smooth is the sensation of cracking open a cold Miller High Life. Smooth is the anticipation of that first mouthful hitting the back of your parched throat. Smooth is the feeling of a beer that goes down easy, never bitter.
Stop and taste the high life.
Smooth is knowing how good that first Miller High Life tasted and that it's time to enjoy another.
At Hardee's, we use 100% pure American beef because we never forget you can always go someplace else. At Hardee's, we use real dairy cheese because we never forget you can always go someplace else.
Dirty football. Friday night at 8.
I'll give you a game.
A convicted ex-football star coaches prison inmates in a brutal bone crusher against their guards.
Before this game is over, I want every prisoner in this institution to know what I mean by power.
A power play for the dignity of it. Burt Reynolds, Eddie Albert, and Ed Lauder star in The Longest Yard. Friday night at 8 on Fox 24.
The Bucks lead by 19, just under 10 minutes to go in this one at the Portland Memorial Coliseum. This telecast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Bucks and the NBA, solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the NBA is prohibited. Well, the Bucks are shooting quite well, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
55%, 54.7 if you want to be precise, but it's close enough. 41.5% for Portland. And there's another takeaway. Humphries fouled as he goes to the basket.
Paul Mokeski does a great job of that, of timing just right when he's going to disengage and move around the defender, deflect it away, and then Humphries does his thing.
2 shots for Jay. 2 shots for Humphries. The foul number 4 by Steve Johnson. 2 on the Blazers. Drexler and Kersey will come into the game for Vandeweghe and Johnson.
I'm actually surprised Mike Schuler went with Vandeweghe as long as he did, because he was really getting ripped at the defensive end, even though he's a potential three-point weapon for you.
Humphries hits 1 of 2. Talking about 54.7%. The Bucks high for the year is 57 against Charlotte. Drexler driving and is fouled by Pierce.
Drexler, very difficult to play in one-on-one. You got to come up on him. He'll shoot the jumper. He can go right, left. He can spin. He does it all. But has been rather silent here tonight. Again, the Bucks in this game, as they did in Milwaukee, Jim, doing a darn good job on Porter and Drexler.
Well, in the game in Milwaukee, Porter and Drexler combined for 37 points. Tonight, Drexler has 11, Porter has 4.
Even though they got that many points in that game, Jim, they weren't as much of a factor as they can be and normally are. And of course, they weren't even in the final run in that ball game.
Well, obviously, they weren't doing what Mike Schuler wanted in that game. You don't take those 2 out when you're happy with them.
Yeah, well, I don't think the points, especially for Drexler that night, were really indicative of what he was or wasn't doing. That's Ricky Pierce. And
the hot 102nd point tonight, scored by Ricky Pierce. 102-81, the Bucks lead. The Bucks lead at 19. 21, the biggest lead a moment ago at 102-81.
Bucks are a team that really execute their half-court offense extremely well.
Pierce again, this time it's short. We haven't mentioned a trade in the NBA today, John. Darwin Cook and David Greenwood sent from San Antonio to Denver for Calvin Nat and Jay Vincent.
Well, Denver, of course, Drexler outside. Denver's been very unhappy with Nat in particular, and Vincent, they just weren't going to play. And Mo said that's it for those guys, so they've been looking to trade them.
Well, they've really been having problems with both Nat and Vincent.
Right. Ricky Pierce, by the way, went out. Davis came in on that exchange.
Cummings, no. Davis got a tip on it, but the Blazers get the ball. Porter is fouled on a grab by Humphries. Paul Pressey will replace Humphries in the lineup. Humphries goes to the bench with 3 personals. The Bucks lead by 17. Porter for Branch. A long 2. Kept alive. Drexler. This is Duckworth, and he just dropped the ball. He lost it. Ahead for Roberts. Roberts looking for help. Nobody could get down quick enough, and the Bucks will run it on the half shell. Cummings. Mid-range jumper.
Yeah, he's really been a problem for them this second half on that left box in the post-up.
Terry has 20 now. Kersey is tied up. Roberts and Mokeski there. The foul on Roberts. It's time for the Wisconsin Bell Phone Power Scoreboard. And we have another final tonight. And an upset. Charlotte has won at Utah 89-88.
Wow. Big game for Charlotte.
Make contact before you waste a trip. Confirm your appointment on a public phone from Wisconsin Bell.
All right, now look for some pressure defense here for a run of these last 7:34 or part of that by Portland. It looks like they may be set up because they have Porter up on the front line along with Adrian Branch. So we may see some real pressure here for a while.
Krzysztofiak in for Mokeski.
Not Branch backpedals.
104-87.
I would think they would certainly try to gamble a bit more than they have defensively.
They have to do something. Oh, Roberts open. Can't get it to fall, but he's fouled.
Well, they've decided to go to the half-court trap, and the Bucks read it very well.
The foul on Duckworth. That's his 4th. 3 on the Blazers.
See, Branch got caught in between. He started to go up to the ball, and that left the man open on the baseline.
Charlotte got balanced scoring in that victory at Utah tonight, John. Rex Chapman and Robert Reed with 18. Tripucka had 16.
Well, you just talk about somebody that can load it up fast. Chapman. Once he gets more playing time, look out. I'll bet he gets some shots up.
Karl Malone had 25 for the Jazz. 105-87 here. The Bucks lead. Duckworth. And Hugh Evans is shouting some instructions at somebody.
Well, he said both of you. I didn't really pick up at this end. That's away from us who it was. It may have been Kersey and Roberts. All right, here come the traps. If you handle them right, you can get some good shots, but the key is not to turn it over. That's a goaltender.
Count the basket for Mark Davis.
Branch with the goaltend.
The Bucks are up by 18. They have a chance to increase it now and move it up the floor quickly. Another turnover by Portland. Roberts trapped and fouled.
Well, they're trying to come to the ball. Double, triple team. The Bucks doing a good job of spreading the court.
Adrian Branch picks up the personal. That's his first. That's 4 on Portland.
And the 4, yes. Just went to 4. They're a little slow on the clock here, but they've had 1 to give, but now everyone shoots.
6:44 to go in the game. The Bucks also with 4 team fouls. You see everything being trapped here. Good ball movement, the key against this. The Bucks doing a nice job. Presses good position off Kersey. Going for the three-point play. He'll shoot the free throws instead. Del Harris likes the way they move the ball.
Well, I do too. I mean, they spread the floor well. They have the advantage. Just move the ball around, moves the defense around until you get your opportunity, and then Press takes it to the paint.
A few fans here are heading for the exit now with 6:32 to go.
Bucks have missed more free throws tonight than they've been missing. They're leading the league as a team.
They've missed 8, 20 of 28.
That may drop them down from that league leading position.
Came in 81% to lead the NBA.
Yeah.
8:08 precisely. Drexler for Branch. He goes up over Sigma. Branch spent some time last season with New Jersey, as we said earlier, a member of the 1987 Laker title team.
Yeah, he's never really had much playing time, but he's young yet. He may get that. And with expansion, he might have more opportunities.
Here's that life body. Krzysztofiak, anything but life, but he's effective.
Well done, boy. That long step took him right back into the basket.
109-91. Krzysztofiak with a rebound. He's fouled on the way down.
By Drexler. Yeah, he went for the ball and got the eye.
That is number 4 on Drexler.
It's as quiet as in here as it would be in your living room.
More like a mausoleum than a coliseum.
Yeah. Well, they've struggled a bit here, and they've got some things to iron out as far as the way they've been playing. They had a meeting and they came together, but the Bucks took care of that, I think, by the Bucks' excellent defense and good shooting.
What happens to a team when you have a meeting, come together, and then fall apart again?
Well, I think it hurts you a little bit because, you know, you think, hey, we've got the talent, we're going to pull it together, and then you go out and get beaten at home. That certainly is a problem, but don't forget this team still has quite a bit of talent. If they could get Bowie back, that would help them a lot, but they've got to get things turned a bit. But don't count this one over yet.
Krzysztofiak hits 2 and puts the Bucks up by 20 now at 111-91. We have a timeout, 5:44 to play in Portland on the Bucks Basketball Network.
Sometimes the best way to avoid the rush is to simply slow down.
You gotta stop and taste the high life. Stop, spend some time finding out what you're working for, what it's all about.
Miller High Life, brewed to be smooth, never bitter. Takes time to make, time to enjoy.
Stop and taste the high life.
Miller High Life.
Beautiful rooms come in a can. A can of True Test Easy Care paint from True Value Hardware. Easy Care is spatter resistant to go on neatly, and it comes in 4 finishes and hundreds of decorator colors. So whether it's soft, subtle flat finish, rich velvety flat enamel, scrubbable semi-gloss enamel, or brilliant gloss enamel, start your beautiful rooms with True Test Easy Care paint from participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
When someone in your family has a serious accident or illness, you want to be prepared with the Family Health Care Plan from American Family Insurance. It's a major medical policy with co-insurance features, various deductibles, and policy limits up to $1 million. You know the most you'll have to pay before you buy the policy. The Family Health Care Plan.
American Family Insurance.
Look in the white or yellow pages for the American Family agent nearest you.
The Bucks lead by 20, and there is just 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the 4th period. A win here tonight makes this road trip a success already at this point, and of course they have a chance against the Clippers in Seattle.
A success by NBA standards for sure, and that's right. And a few more games yet to come, and we will bring you the Clippers game as we move down to L.A. on Saturday night.
Here's Drexler. A foul and no basket as it doesn't go down. The foul on whom? Davis. Mark Davis. John, one of the stories in the game, the Bucks outside shooting. 19 of 25, 76% from outside of 16 feet.
Well, see, that's phenomenal because, you know, defenses in this league like to shut down the inside and push you outside. Well, they really haven't shut the Bucks down inside as well. So the Bucks have had an inside game and a very effective outside game. Therefore, it's tough to defend.
111.93 on the free throws by Drexler. Portland showing a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, here's the,
They're trying to gamble now.
Yep. They got to try to do something in the next 2 minutes, really close the gap a bit, or then you can really count the hay in the barn.
5 on the shot clock in for Roberts. It's stolen. Drexler knocked it away for Porter and gets it back and is fouled before he can jam it.
But see, that's what they need, turnovers and quick opportunities.
Mark Davis picks up another personal, his second.
Well, when you get down like this, you can only get back with your defense.
Third personal.
Drexler has 16, Porter just 4 points, so the guards have combined for 20. They came in averaging 45. Sikma with a rebound off the free throw, missed by Drexler. Coming up on 5 minutes. 5 minutes now to go in the game. That's a good position. But we have a foul. It's on Adrian Branch. Branch has 2, and the Blazers are over the limit. Porter goes to the bench. Seasting replaces him in the game.
Well, when you know a team is trying to pressure you, what you have to do is keep the floor spread, both full court and half court. The Bucks missing more free throws tonight.
Paul Pressey 2 of 5 from the line. The Bucks 22 of 33. Very uncharacteristic tonight from the free throw line. Let's run down the scoring for you individually. Pierce has 23, Krzysztofiak 21, Cummings 20, Humphreys 19. Those are the Bucks in double figures as Drexler is fouled by Sikma.
Well, you know, Jim, the Bucks have won a number of games this year at the free throw line. There's no question about it because they've been getting there and they've been nailing them when they get there. As we said, they were leading the league coming into tonight's game. You see Drexler makes the first. Tonight in this ball game, even though they've missed a number of them, it hasn't been the free throws that would win this one or needed to win it. It's been that great defense and the shooting percentage. Okay, more pressure.
Jack has 4 fouls. Drexler has 18 points. It's a 16-point Bucks lead. Everything being trapped, and the Bucks throw the ball to Del Harris. They even trapped him.
The look he had on his face was pain.
Branch for 3. No. And, oh, what a tip-in. Two-handed tip-in by Kersey.
All right, now, if they can score a few more real quickly, then they've got a shot at it. It will be a reach, but possible with that three-point shot in the NBA.
Pressey draws the defense, kicks out for Roberts, who looks to pass. 7 on the shot clock. He does to Sikma. Great position. That's what patience will do for you in this league.
That's right.
Fred could have shot it a couple of times. He waited to get the open man, Sikma, for 2.
And let the shot clock go a bit.
Right. Underneath, Kersey. 2 and a foul. Sikma over the top. Jack going for the ball. Got part of Kersey.
Blazers need some three-point plays. They're going to stay in that full court. As you look at it again, the full court defense I'm referring to. Kersey wide open on the baseline. Going to see TC come back in the ball game. Humphreys come back in, and Pierce.
Triple, zone 5. Triple, zone 5. One shot.
Kersey makes it a 13-point game on the three-point play, 114-101. Again, pressure, and Sikma can't keep it in play. A turnover, it'll go to Portland.
Look out.
And it's not over yet. 3:46 to play, 13 points the difference. You know the Bucks are going to have to fight for this one. They're trying to end a 2-game skid in Portland. Branch tied up by Jack. The Bucks' last win here, by the way, November of 1985.
Wow. We were here, I think, 1 year ago today, playing this ball club.
The Bucks lost that one by 6.
Right.
They're jumping again. We've talked about this. They have the young official throw them up, and a lot of times they don't throw it up high enough, and
they don't do a good job of it, and they haven't had that much experience at it. I think it ought to be the senior official that throws it up.
That's why you see a lot of repeat jump balls this year. 3:20 to play as Pierce looks for Cummings, and George Tolliver said it was tipped by a Blazer.
It was. Drexler hit it. It was right in front of us. Dell wants a time. He says, I don't like what I'm seeing. It's getting a little tight here.
Well, it's 13 points. The Bucks have led by as many as 21. Timeout. We'll be back on the Bucks Basketball Network.
If you're a senior, don't make a move without the Ameritech Pages Plus.
Peanuts travel?
Look for the senior savings symbol and save.
Get me out of here.
Ameritech Pages Plus, the original Wisconsin Bell Yellow Pages. To find community information, zip codes, and maps, go to your local Ameritech Pages Plus.
According to the map, we should be able to see the library from here.
The Info Pages section, only in the Ameritech Pages Plus, the original Wisconsin Bell Yellow Pages.
I know, I make it look so easy. But this is tricky, picking the best oranges for Century brand frozen orange juice. They gotta be the sweetest and they've gotta be the juiciest. The best fresh are naturally the best frozen. They gotta be to get this special seal. So no wonder Century puts their own name on this frozen orange juice. I could really use a glass now. Funny, very funny. Century brand means good food costs less. At Century.
Saturday on The Reporters.
I got married, and I like marriage, but I'm a family man.
He's America's most successful polygamist. 9 wives and no scheduling problems.
I make a woman a master of her own body. And when she wants the use of mine, she makes an appointment.
Then, Richard Weiss investigates why the FAA may keep this affordable aircraft of the 1990s out of your garage. Beyond Tomorrow, right after The Reporters, Saturday on Fox.
114-101. The Bucks are 3 minutes and 19 seconds away from a big victory here in Portland. The Bucks trying to win for the 3rd straight time. They have won 9 of 11 for Del Harris. As we said at the top of the broadcast tonight, the Bucks are playing team basketball the way it was designed to be played right now. Sekma in for Cummings. And Portland goes for the steal. Drexler started it. He'll finish it.
Well, they're doing a good job of forcing turnovers, and I said earlier, for them to get back in this, they've got to force turnovers and score on them. They have done that.
Full pressured, barely getting it in. Kristoviak doubled by the Blazers, and there's a foul on Adrian Branch. He and Seasting tried to take the ball away from Larry. Instead, they'll put him at the free throw line. Kersey called, I should say Kersey leads Portland with 25 points. Drexler has 20.
Blazers doing a good job of trapping back there and forcing the turnovers. Of course, this is what the Bucks needed, is a foul and hopefully a couple of easy points.
Larry having a good night with 22 points. He is 9 of 11 from the free throw line now. 116-103. Branch, 2.
Well, he's certainly been effective, both offensively and he's coming in with good quickness defensively.
Branch has 9 points.
He might get more playing time after this one, huh?
Kristoviak fouled hard by Steve Johnson.
I guess. Well, Steve has to make sure Larry doesn't get the basket and the foul, but he nailed him pretty well.
He did make sure, didn't he?
What's this?
Hello.
Yeah, we could hear that where we're sitting.
5 fouls now on Johnson. Larry keeps hitting those free throws. The Bucks are 26 of 37 from the line.
Well, these personal fouls have hurt the Blazers. You're better off not fouling than giving up the easy free throws, especially in the backcourt on the one by Branch a moment ago.
There's a takeaway by the Bucks. That's a big one. They lead by 13. Krzysztofiak has to get the ball away. Cannot. And it'll be a jump as Kersey ties him up.
What Dell is saying is somebody's got to come to the middle, because when a player is trapped in that corner right there, the outlet is the middle. If someone has to come to the middle position, which is just above the top of the circle.
Nobody was there. You saw 3 Bucks out there midcourt. Jack was too close to pass the ball. And the Blazers get it on the jump ball. 17 turnovers for the Bucks. 24 now by Portland. Still looking for somebody to go to the middle. Pierce had the ball knocked away by Drexler, and we have a foul called. Jerome Kersey picks up the personal. So again, the Bucks go to the line with 2:01 to play in the game.
And what Dell has done is come in with Pressey from Cummings. So you've got 3 guards out there, along with Krzysztofiak and Sikma, and Larry is the guy that's been getting hammered pretty good, but it's put him on the line and made sure he gets him.
Dell has just put Pressey defensively on Branch. Porter comes into the game, and Kersey goes out shaking his head. He's not happy about leaving the game.
He said, I can't believe he's taking me out.
Well, Schuler is countering perhaps what Dell did defensively. Porter is now picked up by Pressey. And Krzysztofiak makes it 120-105, a 15-point Bucks lead. Branch, no, for a 3. Sikma goes up to get the rebound. Under 2 minutes. Uh-oh. Well, Humphries, great athletic play. Pressey going for Krzysztofiak. Not a great decision. It'll turn into 2 points on the other end as Drexler throws a touchdown pass to Porter. Del Harris wants a timeout. Humphries, and they take a timeout with 1:25 to go. The Bucks leading by 13. It's a 20-second timeout.
The only thing he wants to talk about, Jim, is how the Bucks are handling the pressure. And he's saying that certain people have to come to the middle, wherever the middle is. If you're in the back court, that's one area, and if you're in the front court, it's another. And he just wants to handle the pressure a little bit better, just so they don't take any chances here with 1:25 to play, and the Bucks up 120-107.
What's happening is there's no outlet for the man being trapped.
That's right. They're playing 2 men there, and the middle of the floor has to be the opening. Now, sometimes it's easier to say and diagram than get to if the defensive players are doing a fairly good job of covering up that position.
Pressey, Sikma, Krzysztofiak, Pierce, and Humphries on the floor for the Bucks. Porter, Johnson, Branch, Seasting, and Drexler for Portland. There's the double. They continue to trap. Porter goes for the steal, and he fouls Paul Pressey. Pressey is just 3 of 6 from the line tonight. We have 1:20 to go.
I was kind of surprised that the Blazers didn't go to this a bit earlier. Like, remember when they came out at 7-something? I thought they would go to this, and they didn't. They went another 2 or 3 minutes before they went in the all-out pressure. And I think had they gone in a little quicker and maybe gotten back into the game with maybe 4 or 5 minutes to play, might have even been a different situation then.
Well, the Bucks have had their trouble with the pressure as Drexler drives, loses, but it was off one of the Bucks. 19 seconds on the shot clock for Portland on the inbound. The Bucks lead by 14. You would think this one is in hand, but you can't put it in the barn just yet. Porter for 3. Johnson rebounds. And Sikma pulls down a big rebound. Ahead for Pierce. 2.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
You know, we're a bit conservative.
123-107.
We admit that. We're conservative. We're not going to count it in yet, but or up to that point. I think the Blazers have done a good job here in the last five minutes of putting a little scare on.
Well, they've made the Bucks earn this one a little more down the stretch, haven't they? There's a drive. Johnson got a tip, didn't go. Press 24. Drexler into the corner for Branch. A left-handed 3 was short. Sigma altering that shot. Well, now I think it's in the bank, don't you?
Yeah.
Humphreys, Krzysztofiak, and Johnson grabs him this time on the way. That should do it for Johnson, right? 6 personal fouls. He's out of the game. 30 seconds left.
And, Jim, that's the way to do it. When you're going to take a foul, take the guy out, but take him out like Steve Johnson just did on Krzysztofiak. And that's what sometimes does not occur when you just push a guy that's in the air and don't catch him or take him down. There's a difference.
Larry has scored 13 of his team-high 27 points from the free throw line.
And what about if he gets these 8 of them here in the last 2 or 3 minutes?
Krzysztofiak with a career-high 28 points.
Well, it's one of the reasons the Bucks have been winning consistently. They've had good, consistent play out of Krzysztofiak and his position in scoring as well as everything else. And then that chimes in with what the other players are doing, and this team has been tough.
Drexler missing a 3. Sigma tips it out. Branch has it. Drexler goes back up for 2. 125-109 with 15 seconds left. Ahead for Krzysztofiak. He'll add to his career high. Wow. Krzysztofiak with 31. 15 coming from the free throw line in 17 attempts. There's a blind bounce pass intended for Drexler. 3 seconds left in this one. The Bucks have ended a 2-game skid in Portland. Drexler rejected by Cressy as time runs out, and the Bucks win here tonight impressively, 127-109. We'll be back to wrap it up and have the player of the game for you in just a moment on the Bucks Basketball Network.
Sometimes the best way to avoid the rush is to simply slow down.
You gotta stop and taste the high life. Stop, spend some time finding out what you're working for, what it's all about.
Miller High Life, brewed to be smooth, never bitter. Takes time to make, time to enjoy.
Stop and taste the high life.
Miller High Life.
You see the beauty beneath the years of neglect. Now trust True Test Enriched Finishes from True Value Hardware to bring out all the warmth and richness of prepared wood surfaces. Enriched stains come in 12 shades to enhance bare wood's natural beauty. Then add the protection of Enriched Varnish in a choice of 3 finishes to seal and preserve furniture, woodwork, and floors. Get professional results with the lineup of True Test Enriched products from participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Excuse me, folks. Sure looks like you like those Taco Bell tacos. Yep. But did you know that those 49-cent tacos are guaranteed? That means if you don't love them, you get your money back. Did you know that? Hey, pay attention here. 49-cent original tacos. You'll love them or your money back. Guaranteed. Did you hear what I said?
Hey, can't you see we're eating?
Taco Bell, that's your order. Guaranteed. Make a run for the border.
My weakness. Come on, guys, be quiet, be quiet. People are all talking about the guest on my next show, and who can blame them? We've got a great night planned. Now listen to this. We've got Ollie McGraw, star of TV and film. She's doing it all. And then there's Ted Shackelford. Maybe he'll give us the inside story on Knots Landing. Then to top it all off, we've got Night Court super funny lady, Marsha Warfield. It's going to be a great time. They can't help themselves. Why don't you find out what all the talk's about on the next Arsenio Hall show?
Tonight on Fox 24.
Well, if this were the CBA, the Bucks would have a 7-pointer tonight. They have outscored the Blazers in all 4 quarters and win the game 127-109. An impressive victory for the Bucks. Their record now 25-13, 12 games over 500 for the first time this year. Tonight's Miller Lite Fox 24 Bucks player of the game, the high-flying Larry Kristoviak, a career-high 31 points tonight, 15 from the free throw line. Miller Lite and Fox 24 will make a $100 donation to the MAC Fund in Larry's name in honor of his fine performance in tonight's game. 127-109, and a couple of things stand out. Portland, the guards held to just 28 points, 22 by Drexler, and Porter had a season-low 6 tonight against the Bucks. That was just one facet of it because they came in averaging 45 points, but the Bucks did a lot well tonight.
They did, and we talked about a number of these things throughout the ball game and at the front, keys to the game, and the Bucks did a good job on that backcourt duo in Milwaukee because a lot of the points that they scored were not factors in that ball game, and when you hold them down like that, it can spell victory for you. I think other than the turnovers that the Bucks had late in the game, we talked about the value of not turning the ball over and giving this ball club a lot of opportunities off the break. Keys tonight, Bucks shot the ball extremely well inside, outside. I thought they ran their half-court game to perfection, execution. They made the shots they had to make. They got the free throws at the end of the game and made those when they had to make them, and their defense was outstanding.
I think we're both ready to declare the road trip a success, so there are 2 games remaining with the Clippers and Seattle. It's the third time the Bucks have outscored a team in all 4 quarters, and they match their margin of victory, their season-high margin of victory on the road, 18 points. They beat Philadelphia, you'll recall, by 18 at the Spectrum, and they win by 18 here tonight at the Memorial Coliseum. Individually, Kristoviak with 31, Pierce had 25, Terry Cummings had 20, Kersey 25, Drexler 22 for Portland. Well, be sure and join us this Saturday night at 9:30 Central Time when the Bucks take on the Los Angeles Clippers live from the LA Memorial Sports Arena right here on Fox 24 and the Bucks Basketball Network. For John McLaughlin and producer-director Gary Kirby, this is Jim Paskey saying so long from Portland, where the final score is a good one. 127-109, the Bucks winning tonight. This is the Milwaukee Bucks Basketball Network.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by Miller High Life. Brewed to be smooth, never bitter. Takes time to make, time to enjoy. By Toyota. See your Toyota dealer for world-class value and performance and ride with the best. By Bank One. 18,000 people who care. By Century Foods. Good food costs less at Century. By True Value Hardware. Your store of first choice. And by Hardee's. We're out to win you over.